So today we are going to talk about a ridiculous phenomenon in occult community, which is the pagan police. The pagan police are essentially people who usually practice form of New Age paganism, and they are infamous now for judging other people for their practices. And I talk about this on my YouTube channel right now because I want to really examine that particular way of thinking, and I also want to really explain why that way of thinking is wrong. So pagan police are essentially the group of people who are not organized or associated with any single individual. I use this title simply to designate, differentiate, and talk about the group of people who mostly subscribe to paganism and they bash all other paths which are oriented towards darker workings. They claim all of those who work with darkness are somehow evil or illegitimate, or how I can say, unable to produce a good for the world, whatever their definition of good is. They claim that work with darkness is either illegitimate or 100% baneful in nature. This is bullshit. And I kinda need to debunk this really weak, weird, and dumb ideology, which in my opinion resembles nothing similar to paganism and everything similar to Christianity. Now, I am not bashing people who are Christians. I have my philosophical and ethical disagreements with Christianity, but I do not hate people who are Christians. Actually, majority of people who are in my environment are Christians, and I don't hate them. And we shouldn't hate people for their beliefs. We should hate people for their actions against us. People have right to believe whatever they want to believe, but it's a different story if you want to stand on my way and depose your behavior and belief upon me. That's another story. But what's wrong about pagan police is that they attack people because they disagree with their beliefs, and those are usually people who are part of the pagan community, and they publicly hex, slander, or attack people who are of the left-hand path. And I personally think that's bullshit. And the biggest thing is that pagan police is within its own ideology morally hypocritical group of people. They do not understand or do not want to understand that they themselves are usually the most painful and hateful individuals, and they produce equal amount of hatred and destruction, an even bigger amount of hatred and destruction than so-called evil magicians they claim to fight against. Their struggle against left-hand path is simply externalization of struggle those people have with their own shadow. So I personally disagree with the pagan police, and I personally think that that form of ideology exhibited by many public occult speakers on TikTok or YouTube is something we should transcend. We shouldn't reply to their dumb behavior with cursing. I personally cursed innocent people in the past just because they disagreed with me, and I regret that decision. Not because it's not good to curse in general, but because I cursed for a damn reason. We should have a close control over our practices and actions. And if we want to succeed as magicians, we need to find a more harmonized way in the future. For the end of this video, I will give you a chant on a loop dedicated to Hecate. Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Aenodia, Hecata de Hecata de aenodia, Hecata de aenodia, Hecate de aenodia, Hecate de aenodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate de aenodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea, Enodia, Hecate dea enodia, enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea enodia, enodia, Hecate dea, Hecate dea enodia, enodia, Hecate dea.